Good morning and welcome to Friday's edition of Join the Dots. And we are joining many dots, and I hope you're understanding the consequence of leading indicators, because they're always there afterwards, but if you can see them earlier, you can avoid the crash, you can benefit from the crash. We don't want to crash, but we can't stop it. Okay, so this is Why Gold, Silver and XRP Part 2. Yesterday, I spent a long time introducing the concept of fraud within the system, systemic fraud, and the consequences for gold, silver and XRP. Now, we only cover gold because there's so much to cover. So today, let's concentrate on silver and XRP. And let's lead you into, yesterday's was fraud, today's is delinquencies leading to bank crashes. Okay, it's so important to understand the background rather than just get told, go buy this, go buy that. Right. We have now a serious recession signal, and it's coming from every direction. Okay, and I've got two links below, and one of them is Eurodollar University, who are excellent at data interpretation, facts, excellent. I wholly recommend that you sign up for them. I only use the public available presentations, but they're excellent. They really are excellent. And here we have all indicators are in alarming territory. Now, they don't exaggerate, they don't. So when they say alarming, they mean alarming. And this is particularly about the delinquencies, and we've seen this, and I've explained it before. Just to give you an idea though, 10.2% of all student debt is in 90-day delinquency territory. So it's past 90 days due. 10.2%. This is an enormous number. This has a consequence. And the frightening thing, and this is really, it's such a game changer if you understand it, if you think about it. It's not 18-year-olds, it's not 22-year-olds, not 25-year-olds, okay? The over 50s and the 40 to 49 age group make up the majority of this student debt. Now, why have they got student debt at that age? Because they're retraining, but they can't find a job, so they've now got delinquencies. Can you understand the fundamentals behind that? These people from 40 to 60 retraining to find a purpose, a new income, and they can't find a job, so they're going delinquent on their student loans. It's much more important than 18, 19, 20-year-olds having a problem, because their problem they can grow out of the problem. These people can't. These people need work and they can't find it. The other link below I'll put is a nice piece by Mohamed El-Erian. Now, Mohamed El-Erian is probably my favourite economist of all time in terms of just macroeconomics. President of Queen's College, Cambridge, ex-PIMCO, Bloomberg contributor, so he's got some conflicts there really in terms of saying the truth, because it might not fit their narrative. But he's excellent, and his piece is down below. Okay. What that all means is we're going into bank crises, okay? Delinquencies, autos, credit cards, student loans equal bank crises. I hope you understand that. I've said it so many times, okay? Bank crises equal monetary crises. What is telling us? Well, if you look at Eurodollar University again, link below, you'll see that the swap market is screaming. Rates falling, rates falling. Doesn't matter what Powell says, rates falling. That's what the money says. So it'll happen. Okay? We'll come on to XRP there, because those who've been watching me regularly will know that that links in to Jake Claver's view on the unwind of a Japanese carry trade. As Japanese rates are forced up and American rates are forced down, and people swap. They borrow in dollars, not yen. All sorts of consequences, particularly for XRP. We'll come on to it in a minute. Now, silver, I'm going to just condense today. I'm just going to say, because I know you want to listen about XRP. Silver today, I recommend, highly recommend you do a little bit of research. I've told you have to research, okay? You can't get all your answers in a 5-minute video. You have to do some research, please. So look up these names: Alasdair Macleod, Alasdair with a D, Macleod, Andy Schectman, and Rick Rule. You've seen presentations from them. I will link in a particularly good one from, I think it was Alasdair Macleod some time ago, which I will find and I will link in below. Please watch it. Understand that silver is going to absolutely storm this recession. It honestly is the best asset to hold. It will be the most profitable asset to hold, other than probably XRP. But in the normal world, in the world we all know, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, and all these things, silver will be the standout. But you have to do research and understand it, and I will drop those links in below from Alasdair Macleod, Andy Schectman, a couple of other people, Kinesis Money, good pieces. All right, let's get on to XRP, all right? So 2 articles particularly caught my eye in the last few days. Let me see if I can just make my phone come to life. 2 articles caught my eye. One of them was that 42 US banks have written to try and stop Ripple becoming a bank. Now, whenever do 42 banks get on the same sheet of paper? When they're threatened. And they are threatened massively by Ripple, by XRP, by the new financial order that has to come from the crash that we're seeing. Or we can see, because we are looking at leading indicators. Most people won't see them till it's happened, just like 08-09, just like .com, just like any other crisis. Most people will sleepwalk into it because they haven't done any work, they haven't done any research, they haven't taken time, and they haven't made any effort. They just want an instant answer. Can't have it. You can't have it. You need to work at it. Like I do, 10 hours a day, every day of the week. Not easy. Anyway, I try and condense it down for you. So 42 banks are trying to stop Ripple becoming a bank. They know why. You should know why. Just by that very fact that 42 banks are trying to stop Ripple, you should know that Ripple have a better answer. And that's true. And when we look at this report, and I'll link it down below, okay? When we look at this report, it's coming out of the CME. So this is a real valid report. This is the largest futures exchange on the planet. The CME are coming out and saying that fact, don't care if you're a Bitcoin holder, don't care, fact, XRP can settle 500 times faster than Bitcoin. It can settle 40 times faster than Ethereum. Because Ethereum, while it clears quite quickly in 4 seconds, it still takes another 10 minutes to get to finality, total finality of a transaction. It takes another 10 minutes. Watch the article, because I'm not able to explain this in the depth that they can over the period they've got. If you watch the article, if you do the research, if you make an effort, you'll get the answer. Okay? So that is incredibly important. Okay? Ripple can do this. Ripple, XRP working together can do this. So let me just, while I say Ripple and XRP working together, let me say this. So this is from a good client of mine, very intelligent person, who's been following the story, and I can't at the moment open the article to watch it. X seems to be stopping me from doing that, but I will link it below. I'll link the article in below. You can open it, hopefully. I can't. So I asked him for an explanation. He said, yes, it is just explaining the mechanics between the various structures Ripple has set up, essentially to own and transact on the Forex payment rails. It's a very good summary of how the system that Ripple has built works. On-demand liquidity pools, transfer protocols, and how RLUSD and XRP work together. It's the best explanation I've heard, he says. So I'll look into that. I'll try and open it and we'll discuss it later. But for you, the link's below. See if you can open it. Sometimes my IT skills aren't the best in the world. So that's the second article. And it's a very important article. And then we come to Jake Claver, don't we? Because if you go back into my reports on XRP and we look at what Jake Claver said about the unwinding of the Japanese carry trade, Eurodollar University are telling you the swap market is screaming lower rates in the US. Well, if they've got lower rates in the US relative to Japan, which is struggling to contain inflation and may well have higher rates, the carry trade has to unwind. It's that simple. Okay, it's that simple. And then you get into that whole massive move or need to move or the banks crash. But they're already crashing, aren't they, because of delinquencies. There's no way out of this. Please understand that. So gold, silver, and I believe XRP will be the preeminent crypto. These are the three paths that I have chosen to tread to protect myself in what is definitely coming. Not what might come, not what might possibly come. It is coming. The delinquencies, the defaults, the fraud, the swap market, they're screaming. It's coming. Don't ignore them. Use them. They're leading indicators. Use them. Thank you very much.